boys. Welcome to episode 76, Motorsport Republica podcast. Here we are again at the beautiful Benzina stables.
How good is it? How good is it, boys?
It's beautiful coming here.
Man,
Get to
life
see all this
is good.
cool stuff behind us.
Life
It's crazy.
is good. Life is good. MotoGP in 5 weeks. I'm very excited.
Jeez. And well, Daniel and I had a small taste of it this weekend down at the Aussie Superbikes.
Yep. Good weekend.
Blowing an absolute gale down there.
Typical.
It was freezing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't make it this time.
Fuckers.
T-Shab only does the premier class, so he wasn't down there.
He's not a man of the people like Daniel and I.
No.
Well,
That's
he's Mr.
right.
ASBK.
No.
So.
More mingling with the fans of the pod. They'll asking us
That's
questions.
true. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you boys did a good job.
It was great.
Boys, we've got a bit of an announcement to make.
Very exciting news.
We got a new sponsor on board. We're proudly supported by Moto Heaven. Adrian and the guys down there have jumped on board for the immediate future, so we're super stoked about that.
Man, they are the best. Adrian's awesome. They're a family-run company, but they are the best motorcycle website in the country.
You don't
Makes
pay
such a
full
difference.
price.
You do not pay full price for anything on that website. You will not see one thing at full price. And they're unbiased. So they're not owned by suppliers. You can get any brand you want, and it's tailored to the customer.
It's so good now these days buying something from a family-run business.
Yeah.
It's not a big corporation, I think. And I think more and more people are looking for that.
Yeah, 100%.
But the cool thing about these guys is Moto Heaven's website is better than everyone else's.
It actually is.
Yeah.
They're
You
the
know?
parts finder, which is
Finder.
amazing. Tyre finder as well now.
Yep, same day or next day delivery, I think it is. Or
Amazing.
$100 or over, free delivery.
Yep. So they're
wild.
they're on it, and you can literally, listeners, you can literally get whatever you want: Shoeies, HJCs, bloody AGVs, RIs, doing easy Alpine Stars.
They know what they're
Exxon.
doing. They've been around since 06, so
Yeah,
they're
18
doing
years.
something right. That's for sure.
Exactly.
And it's a cool little shop too. Like if you ever get the chance, head out there. It's they got a nice little NSR at the front.
Yeah, workshop.
Workshop as well. You can get your
Yep.
bikes done.
Yep.
Yep. Red
Yeah,
Reg and all that kind
We
of
love
good
what
stuff.
Adrian's doing down there, and we thought both brands aligned perfectly. So
And
100%.
when you're buying a helmet or a jacket, you're not getting something that's being tried on. It's coming straight from the supplier.
Yep.
So you're not getting a used, tried on helmet or something that's been fucked around
fresh.
with. It's fresh.
Love it.
Straight out
Packed
of the
really
box.
well as well.
Yeah.
They're doing good things down at Moto Heaven.
They put love into it. And if you've got any doubts, check out their Google reviews. Their Google reviews is one of the best I've ever seen in any company. It's amazing. It's all 5 stars.
it's amazing.
Can't beat it.
So suss them out.
Patreon, we got a new app. We are recording on 2 days' time.
Yeah.
So guys, jump on Patreon, jump on and subscribe to us. We've got some great offers for listeners as well. If you jump on our Patreon, you'll have a discount code to our merchandise as well. So may pay for itself.
2 apps going up on the Patreon as well.
Yeah, we've got a special guest app that's going to be shared live. No, sorry, it's not live. Shared a couple of weeks earlier than our YouTube. And then obviously our Patreon episode is exclusive to Patreon.
Yep.
And also YouTube.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the good stuff. I think now Spotify you can leave comments and
Yeah, true.
Good
point.
Yeah, so get around us, guys. You already have, but
Yeah, we love the support.
Show a little bit of love.
We love it. It's really cool.
Let's jump into it.
Boys, what a weekend.
Yeah.
So much sport on again. A lot of two-wheel racing.
Heaps
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, MotoGP. I mean, it was just an amazing weekend. I just can't believe the result in the end.
I always said Jorge Martin. You're right there, mate.
So, just
Harlem Globetrotters with his buddy.
just
Headphones.
adjusting the meat and 2 veg, you know what I'm saying?
Look, boys, I want to go straight into it. Jorge Martin.
Yep.
I can't wait any longer.
Yep.
He is our sexy heaven dick of the week.
Yeah.
New segment that's on here. It's a proudly brought to us,
sponsor.
proud sponsor by Sexy Heaven. Awesome, cool sex shop. I know Tom's been trying out a few of their things.
I'm chief tester, bro. I'm not even sponsored. I'm actually like employed. So, yeah, if you guys want any opinions on anything, just especially the chicks, they can message me. Don't want to hear from the blokes part.
Yeah.
He's,
How's that plug with the tail hanging there? Looks good. The tail colour's nice.
That was a good plug. Yeah, that was a good segue there, Daniel.
Good vibrating sensors.
Yes,
You
very
told
good.
me about it, bro. Sorry about
If
it.
he's squirming throughout the pod, you know why.
Dude, he's got a little button.
Oh, Jesus.
Guys, we've got a fantastic offer coming to you for this month and this month only. 15% off Pirelli tyres at motoheaven.com.au. Now, our friends are running this awesome deal on the Super Corsa V4s, the Rosso Corsa 4, the Rosso 4, and the Angel GT2. Wild, because Pirelli barely goes on sale. And to get 15% off is mind-boggling, in all honesty.
Huge.
It's crazy.
It is.
Guys, you never pay full price at Motor Heaven.
It's the best.
All orders over $100, free shipping. Amazing.
It is. It's great. And they literally have the best website in the country. It's so easy to use. They're unbiased. You can get any brand you want. They'll send it out. It is amazing. They've got parts finders, tyre finders. Go to motoheaven.com.au. You can grab whatever you want. Shoei helmets, AGVs, Dyne Easy, Alpine Stars. They literally have it up. Chains, sprockets, whatever you want for your bike. KX250, R1, motoheaven.com.au. Go check it out.
Best in the business,
Best
guys.
in the business.
We love it.
Business.
We love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, back to it. I mean, yeah.
Sexyheaven.com.au, by the way. Check it all out.
Man, he just had to follow Bagnaia. He just had to follow him. I just don't understand it. Let's get to the results first, Daniel. Sorry, just so the listeners know what we're talking about.
We'll go sprint results first. Jorge Martin, Pecco Bagnaia, Franco Morbidelli in the top 3. Enea Bastianini, Marc Marquez, Pedro Acosta, Brad Binder, Jack Miller, Fabio Quartararo, and Alex Marquez to round out the top 10. Main race, Marc Marquez, Francesco Bagnaia, Enea Bastianini, Brad Binder, Marco Bezzecchi, Alex Marquez, Fabio Quartararo, Jack Miller, Fabio Di Gianantonio, and Pol Espargaro, the wild card, rounding out the top 10.
Beat Miguel Oliveira, by the way. Tom.
Oh, man, but Oliveira was nowhere. Super, super bad. I mean, he finished in front of Stefan Bradl, who's like a part-timer.
Yeah.
Legit part-timer. And Nakagami, who's nowhere. So, it's super disappointing. I had him up there. I thought the high grip of Misano was going to suit the Aprilias. I was so wrong.
Yeah.
I'm normally not wrong, so that was unusual. But yeah, back to Martin, as we were talking about. He didn't need a panic. He just panicked. And you saw his helmet look over and saw the other riders go out.
He knew.
You could see that. You could even see it in his eyes. He goes, "Oh my god, what have I done?"
But it wasn't raining hard enough.
No, it was just a brain fart, man.
It's a 45-second pit stop. Okay, 45-second pit stop. The lap that he came in, Bagnaia did a 1:39, 8 seconds a lap slower. So it would have even had to take another 5 laps to get that 45 seconds back.
Correct.
Didn't make sense at all.
No.
I think the team failed him as well. The team should have put it on his dash to stay out. They would have had the weather radar. Follow Bagnaia. Whatever Bagnaia does, follow him. You're 23.
I know. You're 23 points in the lead.
You don't have to take a risk. You do not have to take a risk. Stay out there. Follow whatever Bagnaia does. You will win the championship.
I told Daniel he was going to, I said when watching the sprint race, he's going to either crash or just make a brain fade.
Yeah.
Exactly
And he did.
what happens.
Yeah, it was just weird, man. And I suppose, you know what? This comes back to why they didn't pick him for this factory seat.
Fuck.
You know?
Yeah.
Just little things like this. You look at Jorge Martin and you go, oh, he's changed. He's worked it out.
Yeah.
He's got that missing piece. And then he does something stupid like this.
That
you
was
go, it's just
ultimate stupid.
But bro, raw pace, no doubt, he is probably up there. Raw pace.
for sure.
100%. But you can't be making these little
But
mistakes.
it's up here.
It's a massive swing in the championship now. It's only six or 7 points behind now, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then he came back in, grabbed his other bike, and he was waiting there like a chooch with his hand on his hips.
Yeah, he was a bit of a church, wasn't he? I mean, super disappointing. And then he was fighting with Vinales for 1 point. His head must have just been spinning. What the fuck have I done? Seriously. He couldn't, he was lapped. How embarrassing. It was almost
embarrassing to watch. It actually was.
It's just flag to flag 101. You just follow the leader
That's
almost,
right.
especially your main title rival.
I don't know how they
100%.
do that when it starts raining and you're going into that triple right hander and you don't know what the grip's going to be. How do they do it? I just don't understand.
Well, and if the track cools down real quick and tyres to cool down.
That's right. You take a little bit of time to get him back up to temp. But, I mean, this happened last time. Pecco was leading in Silverstone and Aleix comes through and picks up the pieces.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be easy leading in that scenario. And then obviously Marc Marquez came through and picked up the pieces and showed why he was so good in that those mixed conditions and that low grip.
He's incredible, isn't he?
Unreal from Marquez, and what a tribute to with the special livery, which
Fausto
Grassini. I mean, that was incredible.
You like that
him.
special livery, mate?
That was all right. But the other thing is, only because it meant something, not just bullshit like they usually do.
Oh, come on, bro.
But you know what was so special about that win was he got it. It's amazing how important clean air is in MotoGP, modern day MotoGP, because he's out the front, and then he puts in that lap what 20. 131.
Yeah, just broke him.
Yeah,
and that was it.
And then Bagnaia goes, well, that's it, championship. Let's think about it. Obviously, he was hurt as well.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, unreal. I mean, 2 wins in a row. He hasn't won in 1,000 days and wins twice in 7. I mean, you wouldn't read about it.
The thing is, if there was no mixed conditions, he probably would have got 4th.
Yeah, that's right.
He wouldn't have won that race.
Yeah, but it goes back to you just need that clear air, don't you?
You need clear air. That's what it goes. Yeah, exactly.
How important qualifying is. And it's interesting with qualifying. It's seeing all those Italian boys just blitz qualifying because they're on that track.
Yeah, they're on that track all the time.
Yeah, Morbidelli would be a title contender if every round was at Misano and it was sunny. It would be a title contender.
Oh, Daniel had him up in the top 3, and
I did good on sprint day.
You did.
He was doing good on the main race, but I reckon once the track cooled and it was a little bit greasy.
Spots of rain caught him out, I think.
It probably shows how far he was on the edge as well.
Yeah.
As soon as a tiny little bit of track temp or water, he's off. So these guys are just on the edge the whole race these days. It's crazy.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting come a couple of weeks' time. Hopefully weather holds out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Back in Misano.
I was hoping for it to rain though. I love the flag, but Marquez just made him kind of look all silly. Him and Binder were just carved.
Even Miller had a good race.
Yeah, Miller. Yeah, he loves it. Loves those conditions.
Yeah,
he's always shining in the rain. So, Spirit Petrucci wasn't out there, Tom. Your man,
Rainmaster.
Yeah. Rainmaster.
But boys, this is a big question now. Is Marc Marquez a championship contender? 50 points behind.
Nah, don't.
And can he do it?
I'm a massive Marquez fan, and no. His 2 wins have been under weird circumstances. I'm not saying I still think he's the most talented guy out there, but on the GP23, he still can't qualify. Just in a regular Misano race, he wouldn't win that race.
It's interesting. You can imagine Bagnaia and Martin going to be really fighting it out over the next few rounds.
100%.
The only thing is if they take each other out.
That's where someone like him or even Bastianini with 60 points, they can pick up the pieces. If they're finishing, say, 1-2,
that's
a big swing.
It's really, the cream is really rising to the top, though, because
that's our motto of this podcast.
Coming into these flyways, I mean, it just can't get any juicier than this, can it?
I was waiting for...
Except at Sexy Heaven, gets a bit more juicier.
Squirtier. I was waiting for Bastianini to come back, and he just couldn't pull a charge.
Soft tyre, but...
Oh, is that what it was?
He went the soft, okay. Because they split the strategies, didn't they?
Yeah, he cooked himself a little bit.
So Bags had the medium, they said on the start.
Yeah, I think Pramac might have split the strategies too.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it was interesting. Normally he's the golden late race pace.
He's done it at Misano before.
And I was waiting for him to come. I thought he was going to win.
At one stage I thought, see you
and
later,
then 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds behind, I go, okay, it's not his day. So
for Marquez though, it's still impressive. He's on an old bike.
Oh, 100%.
And he's still holding off Bagnaia and those boys and charging through. It's very impressive. And it just makes next year juicier again.
Yeah, 1,000,000% it does. 100%. It's going to be super interesting. I mean, there was a bit of back and forth post-race and all that, so it'll be interesting to see how the mind games play out, that's for sure.
I loved watching the podium. I want to hear how loud those boos actually were. Because he still got a pretty big cheer, but there was still heaps of boos, but it's hard to tell on TV.
Yeah. I think you'd find it'd be more cheers than boos, even though it was in Italy.
There'll be a lot of Spaniards there as well.
That's right. Plus, he's on an Italian bike.
Well, how ironic is it? Like, he's like the most hated person, but he's on an Italian bike with like the special Fausto Italian livery. Yeah. And he embraces it. He's good with it.
Yeah, 100%. He laps it up.
But
he thrives off that.
He's changed. My opinion of him has changed over the last 2 years massively. Like I used to just despise him, and now what he's done and he has come back. He's obviously one of the greatest of all time.
Definitely. But I think when people try to go toe to toe with the mind games and really get in his face,
you won't come out on top.
You're not going to come out on top, and that's what he loves. If Pecco stays cool, calm, collected, that will probably be the hardest thing for Mark.
Yeah, that's where he'll be in different territory because no one's been like that. Everyone's bitten back.
Well, he loves it. And then he'll just punch someone off and laugh about it and then dance on the podium.
But in 2013, how old was he when he joined the grid? Was he 20?
20, I think, or something.
So, even 19, wasn't he? 19 when he won his first race.
This guy's a 21, 22-year-old going up against Rossi and being hated by half the population everywhere. like mentally,
and was loved.
I was going to say, he was loved when he came in.
But just
he was
after.
Post accident.
So probably 3 years into his, like 2015, 2016 is when it started to change. To handle that, he can handle anything, this guy.
That's true. And just as a 22-year-old to have all that thrown at you. Remember, People Magello used to have they put up a fake hanging of a Marquez person in the track.
Only the Italians.
I know, you gotta love it, but you gotta love it.
Yeah, kicking incident.
But as a 22-year-old, like to put up with that, and then they go and win championship.
Bro, Martin can't even handle a dud tire. He fucking head explodes. This guy.
That's what I mean. It's a different ball game.
It spits rain and he freaks out.
Yeah. It's a different. Yeah,
we talk about it all the time. It's that mentality, right? It's that 1%. Or even 0.5%. I think your old man was speaking about it last night.
He's all about it.
He was talking to himself.
Yeah, but he had a point though, Dave.
Yeah, he did.
You have that.
It's 90% head, 10% skill or whatever. It's
Marquez has obviously got both the skill and the mindset. So,
but how good was going back to the race? How good was Acosta at the start? But just lost that aero and then lost everything after that. Like he looked really good when it started trickling rain. There's something about it. I don't know, like. In F1 court, in F1 when it starts to rain, the real good, like the best of the best come out.
Yes.
But in MotoGP, I find the best of the best come out, but there's also the rain specialists, as with Petrucci's and the Millers. Like we know that Miller isn't the most talented guy out there. He's probably maybe not even the top 10 most talented guys out there, but it's amazing how they have these different skills and different levels.
I guess that's their background of riding as well.
Correct.
A lot of flat track, dirt track.
They don't mind the bike squirming around underneath.
And Marquez is a prime example of that.
Did you see the helicopter view of Rossi's ranch?
Yeah.
I don't know how advanced it was, but it has like lights everywhere.
They race at night.
And going back at like Rossi's mechanic, we did the pod with Brent Stevens, and like imagine going there, like it was. And I saw the little house that was there that they obviously have dinner and stuff. Like, man, one day we'll watch it from afar, I suppose.
One day we'll sneak a Republica sticker on there like everywhere else we go.
Stick it on the back of his helmet.
Yeah. It's funny though, like even that, like Marquez winning in Rossi's backyard and Misano and the Italian.
But he likes that track though. That's his 5th win there, I think.
You know what's really interesting? We talk about Bagnaia being really good at right-handers, Marquez being good at left-handers. You saw how far the Bagnaia closed up on him on those quick throw, and then
Sector 4 is all Marquez.
All Marquez. All the 2 last corners. Like it shows how different their upbringing was riding, I suppose. Like
it's funny how it works. But that's what's cool about it. We've spoken about it so many times, but so many different riding styles and the exact same lap time.
And you got Binder like shucking it in, like not looking like he's ever going to make the corner, and then the bike just turns.
He is like that. He always looks like he's going to go wide and somehow pulls it up.
Just pulls it up. Yeah.
He's good at that, isn't he?
Remember the Moto 2 days, he was like that as well. The bike was almost at a 45-degree angle and they just went into the corner. Like insane.
Tell you what, boys. I'm wearing this jacket for a reason today.
Dude.
And if you're just listening, I'm wearing my when did I get this? 2017, you reckon? 2016, 2017?
Yeah.
Repsol Honda quarters it. And it's come out no longer with them.
Unbelievable.
That's mental.
Pulling out after 1996, I think was their first year.
Well, pretty much
it would have been earlier than that.
95 was
Repsol?
It was 95, maybe 95.
94?
No, I reckon Doohan won his first title on a tricolour Honda.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. 95.
95. I think it was 95.
So our whole lives.
Yeah.
Whole lives watching MotoGP, we've seen Repsol on this
Honda.
bike.
Yeah.
No riders on the weekend on the same race.
I know, and it just gets worse. They both get sick, and then they've got the Misano test of the brand new Honda, which will be happening now.
The most important, they said the most important test of the last 3 years or something. They both got bloody gastro.
They must be too busy kissing each other or something. Just to get gastro to each other.
They were trying out the toys from Sexy Heaven.
Obviously the whole team. It must have gone through the whole team. It must have. So for them both have it, So back to Repsol. Are they going to go to another team? What's our predictions? I mean,
you know what I don't like, Tom, is I don't like how they just jump and shit. Like it's gone shit, and now they're just jumping shit.
Repsol.
Yeah. They've been with them for so long.
They came out and said it anyway. They were done at the end of this year, didn't they? Earlier on.
Yeah, but if Marquez was still there winning titles,
same. If you own Repsol, okay, you're watching MotoGP on the weekend. You're thinking, why the fuck is my brand on this piece of shit bike?
I know, but like they've
cemented
with them.
But they've been for the last 3 to 4. Like they haven't won anything apart from a couple of races in the last 4 years. They haven't won anything.
It's fair.
I guess I get what you're saying.
For them. Yeah, it is.
And they know that the only person who could ever ride that bike was Marquez. What other hope have they got?
Do you reckon if Marquez comes back, they'll re-sign?
Fuck yeah.
100%. Straight away, title sponsor. but only for the duration of his contract.
That's fucked, isn't it?
Who has won on a Honda? Well, who's the last person to win on a Honda other than Marquez? Nowhere. Is there anyone in the last 10 years? Did Pol Espargaro win a race?
No.
Pedrosa? It'd be Pedrosa.
Yeah, 20.
Cal Crutchlow.
Yeah, Cal Crutchlow
Won
on
on
LCR.
Yeah.
Phillip Islands.
Yeah, right. That was 20.
He won a couple races.
Yeah.
I don't want to say 8 years or something. So like, and then this star has gone, and they're thinking, you know, who else have we got?
Well, they got 2 capable riders as well.
Repsol Pramac. Oh, what do you reckon?
Nah,
No, it doesn't work.
that doesn't work.
Two title sponsors.
Two major sponsors.
It's like McDonald's, KFC.
Yeah. Repsol Ducati.
But Pramac goes,
Repsol Ducati is so sick.
nah, it would never happen, would it?
See you later, Lenovo.
Yeah,
But-
we'll
but-
get rid of Lenovo. I'll go on a tangent about fucking Lenovo ruining.
They got Siemens.
Excuse me?
They got Siemens.
We back to sexy heaven
Back to
again?
sexy heaven. Siemens, I saw sponsors them now, and it's just like it's too many. There's too many sponsors on the bike. I don't like
who's
it.
Siemens?
They do the mobile phones, electrical.
What sponsor are they sponsoring? Who are they sponsoring?
Ducati, factory
never
Ducati, and they got
noticed.
another. Like it's like there's just too many logos. It looks shit now. I'm over it. Looks crap. It's
You,
almost
see,
a
you
fucking.
see what you want, Daniel. That's
Yeah,
what it
that's
is.
right.
It's always a special
Singing about
livery.
the
There's so many
Latinas.
fucking stickers on that thing. Don't you dare. Oh, far out.
But yeah,
who
it's
knows?
insane, man. After all this time, they're gone.
I wonder if they'll pick up another title sponsor, Honda. I don't think they will.
They got no sponsor in supers. They just run. It's just HRC. Like there's no major sponsor for them.
Yeah, I don't think they will. They'll
What
just
a
go
waste.
back to a cool tricolour.
What a waste of time, man. Seriously.
Like such a prolific brand.
I know. Well, they sponsor the best of the best. You know, they see Dakar wins,
Yeah.
Tony Bell on the trials.
Yep.
I don't know what else they do. I'm sure they do other stuff.
I don't think they're out of GP, but they're going to jump on someone else. They've got to jump on someone.
All right,
else.
let's talk about it. Like, it's not going to be Ducati. It won't be Pramac. It's not going to be VR46. It's not going to be. Will it be like a Trackhouse?
VR46 would be cool.
Would be cool. Could
Track-
a bit of a reunion.
But
VR46.
if they're
I think
there
it could
to
be
win,
KDM.
If they're there, but that's Red Bull.
Yeah, it's Red Bull.
I don't think they've got a place. I don't think they've got a place in the grid at the
Repsol
moment.
Honda doesn't have a place in the grid. Repsol, sorry,
yeah.
doesn't have a place in the grid.
They wouldn't be with a factory team as well.
Yeah,
Trackhouse
they'd only
isn't a factory
be
team.
with a factory team that can win.
They
That's
can
the
go to
whole point.
Aprilia. Aprilia's got no title sponsor.
That would be probably the go. A Repsol Aprilia, that would look sick.
That'd be cool. Jorge Martin.
Yeah.
Jorge Martin
The
and
Spanish,
Bez.
the Spanish kid. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That could probably be where it's at.
Have we called this?
No.
Have we called this first? We're gonna
Repsol
timestamp
Aprilia?
this?
Yeah.
Repsol Aprilia.
Crystal ball.
You're welcome.
We'll talk more about this on our Patreon episode because it is going to be a Honda theme.
Yeah, well, we've already said it.
Yeah,
Make
we've said
Honda,
it. Make Honda
great again.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Going to build a wall.
10 point. We've got a 10-point plan.
That's all happening.
We've
That's
literally
all
got a
happening.
plan to bring Honda back.
We do.
But
Yeah.
yeah, nothing to major throughout the weekend. I mean, fair play to Digia, 9th in the main race. He would have been in a world of hurt as well. And Quartararo 7th.
Yeah, Colorado.
He had a decent weekend.
Yeah.
He's
so
just-
good to see.
Yeah.
Love seeing that.
He did. He would have been. He would have just been happy to be being up there fighting for it.
100%. It would
Good
have
to
been.
see a Japanese bike up there.
It would have been awkward for Martin too because he's in that spot where he's like can't really unlap
Yeah, he
himself
can't.
and like
Oh, if he started chucking up the inside a lap down, took someone out or something, fuck, that would have been Dick of the Week ×2 for 2 weeks in a row and he did the right thing. He stood back, waited for Vinales to catch him, and then he sort of, yeah. I mean, where was Vinales going to pass him? The Ducati was just too fast.
If
around that
you're,
that Aprilia was fucking woeful this weekend.
it's every weekend now though.
That's really
I think it's
fallen
just
away.
the riders, man.
Yeah.
Maverick Vinales. Don't even try and defend Maverick Vinales.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to
That's
hear
his
it.
job.
Hey, I didn't put him in.
You still put Miguel in, but
Yeah, I had to have. He's always got to be an outlier for me. I can't go like Ducati. I got to put
That's what I
someone in
did.
there. Yeah, I know.
That's all I do now.
But then it's called Puppy, Papa. Sorry, he started telling us who's winning, and now I got to take it seriously. But I
Who's
still
winning?
Well, James is winning, and you've overtaken me. I've had 3 ripper weeks. Though.
I don't think I was ever behind you, man.
No, I overtook you last week.
Yeah.
I had 3 rippers. But
3
now,
rippers, but I'm always winning, so I don't know
Yeah.
how that works.
yeah, yeah, you're still up there. Too conservative, but
I wrote down on the weekend. This is how stupid I am. I wrote down on the weekend. Doesn't seem to be a lot of people at San Marino because it was half-empty grandstands, and it was the most I've ever had in the race weekend.
Hang on. We've got to wait for the official numbers to come out. We don't do a Jerez again.
Yeah,
and they
that's
fucked
right.
it all up. Because they had
160,000.
They said the biggest crowd ever, and then the background when they said the big was a half-empty grandstand.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense, but I can't believe that because at Rossi's heyday, they just must have not been able to let anyone in. There must have been less grandstands. It
must have been. That's a good point.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. I had this one down for you, James, and the Red Bull Rookies Cup.
Oh yeah.
It went down to last race, and
went down to the last corner.
They presented the trophy or the medals at the start of the race, and they looked like three identical twins.
Oh really?
They looked
triplets.
Yeah, triplets, like exactly the same looking. One was from Argentina, one was from Spain, one was from.
I think I saw that actually.
Bro, it was. I was like, and I said, I put this in for James. Proof we live in a simulation. Because it was just unbelievable.
They all looked like little Jorge Martins, Tans, Spanish kids.
It was amazing. It was. But apparently a crazy. I didn't watch the race, but apparently went down to like the last few corners and
last corner went down to.
Yeah, so it's really cool. We might see some of those names coming into Moto3 next year. We'll see.
Well, Pedro Acosta dominated it back in the day.
Keras.
Yeah.
He won it last year, I think.
Yep. Brad Binder, I think, did really well on it.
Yeah, they tend to.
I wrote this down for you guys as well. I think Matt Burt brought it up. It was, if you're Bagnaya's pit box, do you tell him about what happened to Jorge Martin during the race?
Yeah.
Or do you just let it fly?
No, you tell him. But
But what do you say? He's
but
not
what
out.
I didn't get on the commentary, they kept saying, "Oh, he won't know." He saw Martin come out of the pits, lapping him, so he would have seen him when.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
100%.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
So
And they got the screens on the side of the track that half the time they look at anyway.
Yeah, I saw Alex Marquez have a massive look at it.
A lot of them take a look at it, so he would have seen what was going on.
But it didn't look like they told him on the pit wall. But who knows what they have on their screen and what data, what
messages pop up.
What messages pop up? Because we only probably see half of what actually does get popped up.
Yeah.
I noticed we used to get a lot more of that, like mapping to and all that kind of stuff. Do we even get as much as that anymore?
It came up last week in Aragon for Binder and
Alex Marquez, maybe.
No,
maybe
it came
Binder.
up for Binder and Pedro Acosta at the same time on the back straight.
That was the biggest thing a couple of years ago. I remember it was like when the rider was struggling, mapping to.
Lorenzo's famous one.
Yeah.
Cost of your championship?
Yeah, maybe.
Nah.
Lorenzo cost Lorenzo his championships.
Well, that's true as
too
well.
many cheeseburgers. It's too heavy.
But you're right. There'll be stuff that gets thrown onto them that we don't get.
Yeah, because in
coverage.
F1, they've got the team radio, obviously. But they have a secret. You can say a few secrets team radio.
I remember you saying that. I never knew that.
I think they're allowed like 2 or 3 a race or something.
Yeah.
And the rest has to be broadcast. So
I think those eventually come out though, don't they? Those secret
eventually,
radios.
Yeah.
You can find them on YouTube and all that.
Yep.
It's pretty interesting what goes on.
I'm loving this cool down room. I really do. I have to watch it on replay when they have the subtitles for me. And this goes back to what we were talking about weeks ago about should they speak English. I mean, that's such a big argument. But it's so interesting how and then how it goes quiet and they can just hear the riders and it's the raw, like what actually happened in the race.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like they're like looking at the screen when Martin pits and they're not saying anything. They're like,
but they want to say something.
Yeah.
They want to say fucking idiot.
Pretty much.
Standard.
yeah.
Yeah.
He blew it again.
I wonder what he's feeling, and I want to know you boys' early predictions of what you reckon he's going to do in San Marino.
It's scary.
A couple of weeks because it's interesting. We're going back to the same track.
Yeah, I know.
After that,
and Bagnaya's going to have 2 more weeks recovering from his injuries. And I said this before. Like I think Bagnaya was going to dominate next round.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Dominate.
I think so.
But yeah, Morbidella, mate, he might come out and have a better race. Bastianini, I don't know. He might put the mediums on and win a race. Who knows? It's going to be a really good race.
I think there's too many people in this race that can potentially finish in front of both Pecco and Martin.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting.
Marquez will have the confidence.
Yeah.
Have a good qualifying.
He just needs to qualify.
Qualify and put on the front row, get a good start. You might win the race these days. Like it's so different now.
Yeah. If Marquez is first into that first corner, he can win that race.
It's like a race to the first corner now. You see how many risks they take. Like how much bodywork did we see come off the bikes in the first lap?
Yeah.
It's F1.
Well, I mean, look at Martin starting the sprint.
Oh yeah,
that was
true. Good bench.
Oh my God, one of the best starts I've ever seen.
Crazy, just a perfect amount of wheelie, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's lightning.
And he goes out front, and wins the race. Like,
it was game over.
Yeah,
that was an awesome start.
The Beast, my boy, had a massive fan club there. I reckon more than Pecco. Had all the flares.
Yeah, he did.
It was
he had
huge.
a huge grandstand.
And I was talking to your old man Daniel about that, and we were talking about if Ania was 2-time world champion, he would be a megastar over there.
Oh, 100%.
Compared to Bagnaia.
He's got the aura about him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and James always speaks about it. Yeah, 100%. I think he's more character than boring Bagnaia, as we say.
Yeah, true.
You know, and people are drawn to that.
Yeah, him and Bez.
Yeah, Costa's the same. Marquez is the same. Yeah, when they show a bit of personality and, you know, it just makes it much more like enjoyable for us.
Yeah.
You know, you can relate to them a lot more.
It'd be so good if he was on a factory Aprilia or something like that next year.
He pulled the trigger too early. I think we spoke about this last time.
But I think they are changing that for KTM next year. It seems like it's all going to be 4 factory bikes. And they're all going to look the same.
Yeah, they're all Red Bull KTM.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Which you probably need to do because you've got 4 world-class... 3 world-class
Got
riders.
one world-class rider that can't start. Doesn't know how to work a clutch. I got my old man to teach him. He taught me.
Yeah.
2-time big road racing champ.
Yeah. Always is between him and Troy Bayliss, he's got 3 world titles.
And a GP race win.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's all I got for MotoGP.
Yeah, let's jump into
Moto2. But
most lockouts in the MotoGP era, Ducati, 18.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you
And
go.
it was a VR46 lockout for the first time, was it?
I think for the
Front row?
for the
For
front row, yeah,
qualifying?
for quality, yep. Yeah, I don't think the most has ever been 2. There's
Yeah.
been a few times where it's 2.
Makes sense at Misano. They're every weekend.
Oh, it's amazing. Bastianini is born 17 kilometres away. Obviously, it's a lot of their home tracks.
That's south of Italy, isn't it? It's on the coast.
No, it's mid. It's in the middle, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's on
right.
It's on northeast.
Yeah.
Or east. Yeah.
yeah,
And
right.
Ferrari's there, Lamborghini's
Everything's
there, Ducati's there.
Yeah.
So
a
San
place to
Marino,
be.
Daniel, is its own country.
Yeah, it's like the Vatican.
So what happened was back in the day, like probably some stubborn Italian said, I don't want to be part of Italy. I want my own thing. And that's how it probably started, you'd
Probably.
say.
Yeah, something like that. Alex DeAngelis rode under the
Yeah,
San Marino
yeah.
flag.
Because
Shout out.
in the Olympics, they've got like there's a San Marino flag
Yeah.
and country and stuff. So interesting.
I think they're last in the FIFA rankings. They
There you
lost
go.
like 4 years in a row. They haven't won in 4 years, and they just won the other week.
That's it. I
on-
saw that.
Yeah.
They won. Yeah. It was like loss, draw, loss. Yeah, for like the
Yeah.
last 4 years. It's funny.
Probably all the old codgers just walking around. I don't think they just produce too many good soccer players.
Oh, yeah, I think they're just fucking having siestas and shit over there, aren't they?
Not a lot of work would get done on anything.
Bro, Italians on the coast?
Yeah.
The Greeks? No fucking chance.
I can't, but we're better than them. Don't ever use us in the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
sentence.
it's the ultimate insult. to
Don't paint
Daniel.
with the same brush as that.
Exactly right.
Yes, or there.
Matt, Moto 2 results, Daniel.
Moto 2, Ayagura, Aaron Canet, and Tony Arbolino top 3. Pod favourite Manu Gonzalez,
Hey.
Jake Dixon, Furman Aldeguer, Philip Salach, Diego Moreira, Albert Arenas, and Darren Binder.
Senna, 11th?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out. That's a good ride. That's a good ride.
Consistent.
Yeah, not far off.
Interesting seeing Arbolino back, and he had a really, really good race.
He
So,
did. Yep.
Yeah. He's a new man, isn't he?
Good weekend.
Amazing what confidence can do.
Especially for him, he's very much a confidence rider, Tony Arbolino. So, yeah, it was great seeing him up there, that's for sure.
Where did he
Fighting it
finish,
out.
sorry? Third?
Third, yeah. He was leading a lot of the way,
Yeah.
but really amazing, smart ride from Ayagura. Like, just stayed back,
Yeah.
conserved the
Yeah.
tyres. Like, it was a real MotoGP-esque ride.
Yeah.
And that's why he's going up next year, I suppose. Isn't it?
100%.
No, he's
Yep.
doing well. I was happy for him. Flying a Japanese flag. I love to see that.
And bridesmaid doing bridesmaid things as usual.
Fuck, seriously, I wrote that down. Aaron Canet, like, what's
Typical.
going on?
15, 16 times now. Second
he-
place in Moto 2.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but what's he in the championship? Is he like top 3?
No, he's not top 3, I don't
I
think.
know he's crashed too many times.
Yeah, he's had a few offs.
There you go.
He could be probably in the top
But
6.
this championship is so close.
I know, I was
It's
gonna
so
say,
funny.
No
like-
one wants to take it by the balls either.
No, is it?
Did you-
different
did you-
win every week? It's crazy.
Did you see Sergio Garcia after
Yeah, he
the
was
race
crying. Was
So
it because of the pain he was
Yeah.
in? So I didn't realize how much pain he was, and I wrote down in my notes Sergio Garcia showing fraud Mav qualities.
Oh,
Bro, I had Garcia most inconsistent ride I've ever seen. I didn't realize he was injured either.
And I completely forgot,
I
and he
know.
was like crying, and I was like, I'll leave it, but I'll say, is
Yeah.
injured, but.
I said, is it the track or injury? It's It's funny as.
Because Matt Burt, they were not talking about his injury enough.
No.
And Matt Burt kept harping on about how he was disgruntled about not going to Pramac Yamaha. So I'm like, oh, that's a fraud Mav quality thing to have. Like one thing doesn't go his way.
Yeah, I know. But the guy's like is fully injured.
Yeah, he's got two like fuck shoulders.
Both shoulders are fucked. They said.
Yeah.
But I changed that. I crossed it. I put Joe Roberts most inconsistent because
don't even go.
He's gone from bad to worse.
Joe Roberts. What happened to Joe Roberts that route?
I'm off him.
Did he crash or did he finish?
No, he was like 13th or something, wasn't he?
Hold on, that's Moto3.
Also disgruntled not getting the Trackhouse spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13th. But both those American-only fans
racing
team bikes, they both struggled. They really, really struggled.
It's interesting going back to what you're talking about with commentary, James. It seemed like, but going back to MotoGP for a second, that Miller is done for like it's signed and delivered for Pramac next year. So
just waiting on the confirmation.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's got to hurry up.
Yeah. Well, that's the last spot, isn't it?
I think that's the last
spot on the grid. Canet is in 8th. He's on 111 points. Agura is first on 175.
Okay? That's interesting because I'm thinking Canet's going to like just finish second every race and actually win the championship.
He finishes second or crashes, I think.
Yeah, that's all he does.
Yeah.
But see, like as you mentioned, no one's taking this by the balls.
Nah.
Alonso Lopez threw it down the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, if he had picked up another podium, that puts him back up into the top 2, 3.
It must be just a fucking mental thing of Aaron Canet. Like, I know he's won that. I thought because when he won that race, okay, like things will change. But it's like he just gets in the first and maybe he drinks the same water as Maverick Vinales and just freaks out, can't handle the heat.
Maybe something to do with the way he uses his tyres.
Yeah, I was going to say tyres because he got to the lead and it was like 2 seconds up the road and he looked good.
But that's what he does every time.
And then Igura, but as I said, Igura is super
love him.
smart.
I'm such a fan.
Probably the biggest Japanese hope in a very long time, I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, by a mile.
Yeah, the last one would have been fucking Hiroshi Oyama, I reckon, after he won the 250cc World Championship.
In 2000 and...
He would have won that in, I reckon, 2008.
Yeah.
Against Marco Simoncelli, the late great.
Yeah,
that was a good championship. That was a good championship. But yeah, no, that's Moto2, boys, I reckon.
Yeah, not much on it.
Aldegev.
Standard. We talk about it every week.
Yeah, it's interesting. It just...
Chris, I shouldn't say that. Should I say that? It was our last...
well, speaking to him in the back of the pits.
Yeah,
Chris,
true.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vermeulen about Furman Aldegev.
Yeah.
And just...
he wasn't very favourable about him, or...?
No, not really. Just about like signing people so early.
Yeah.
It's just such a gamble.
It is. But they might give him... Has he got a 1-year deal?
2.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's a 2+2.
Dude, if he's like fucking bottom 5 next year, that's like unbelievable, don't you reckon? Like the biggest signing.
I hope we eat our words though. I hope he does well.
Yeah, as we always say, they see something in this data that we don't see. They see talent before we can see it. So who knows? They saw it with Quartararo as a classic example. No one thought he was going to be...
No, but Quartararo didn't do this though.
No, he just had 1 good race, 2 good races.
Yeah, that's right. And he was more consistent at least.
Furman Aldegev,
that
throwing it down the road. Or
but got to remember, guys, end of 23, he dominated.
Alonso Lopez effects. Make it a T-shirt.
It's true though.
When
Lopez
Tom has
did
nothing
the
to
same
say to me
thing.
back, he just mimics you.
He had a double long lap at Phillip Island, still pumped everyone and won the race.
Yeah.
Like,
what is it though? What is it? Like, how can he go from that to this on the same machinery?
Is it different tyres? They're different tyres this year, yeah?
yeah, it's the
No,
Pirelli tyres, but
Pirellis.
on the Pirelli test, he was pumping everyone and
was
smashing
he?
lap records.
Pirelli test, you're saying?
Yeah.
So he's fast in testing.
Oh, he's a fraud.
That's ultimate fraud behaviour, boys.
But going back to it, not the late great, sorry. The great Dave Shaw. Sorry, mate.
Oh, no. He's too many shout-outs, his pod.
It's mental. It has to be mental. That's the thing. That's the difference. Because, yeah, the tyres have changed, but, like, you can't be going from winning by, 15 seconds to finishing 13th and putting it down in the sand trap half the races. So,
yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Hope he's getting a good payback from Ducati and Dainese now. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's on Dainese.
Do you know why he changed?
No, I don't know. Do you?
Apparently the suit's more aerodynamic.
Really?
Shout out to is it Superbike R1M.
But they said
big fan of the pod. Bumped into him, and that's what he told me.
They say that it was interesting with suits because I remember we were talking about someone about that the Alpine Star suit. Only the top 3 guys get the best suit.
Yeah.
And then the rest don't. Like I thought that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow for someone who's coming in like the next big thing, I suppose. So
who's the top 3 Alpine Stars riders? Marquez, Bagnaia, Martin.
Fabio probably.
Fabio over Martin.
Martin, I would assume so.
When they sign the deal, I guess. Depends when they sign that deal. Could be more.
But how many?
Who knows?
But who knows exactly?
Yeah,
and there's still custom suits tailored to them.
100%.
That's right.
100%. But it's just an interesting factor from the listeners at home.
Maybe not Fabio because all his A-Star stuff keeps malfunctioning.
That's true. And so does Martin's helmet.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah.
Not good. But Dionysi's the same. Not everyone's in the same suit. Some are in prototype suits.
Yeah.
Some are in the newer suits.
Right,
some are in the older
in
suit.
MotoGP,
In
I'm talking
MotoGP
about.
still.
Okay,
Yep.
interesting.
Yep. Some of them are still wearing the older gloves as well.
Yep.
Full Metal 6. Geeking out a little bit.
Yeah, and you can get them at motoheaven.com.au.
Yep.
Full Metal
Sixes. Full Metal 7.
Full
is
Metal
the new
7.
one.
There you go.
It's a new one.
And free delivery over $100.
Yeah.
No brainer.
And this is the kicker. You won't pay full price.
Fuck.
What more do you want? What more do you want?
But yeah, so that's hopefully he's getting a good pay packet though, like I said.
All right, Moto 3, Daniele Brescali.
What a race.
One of the best races I've seen.
One of the best performances I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, right? Angel Piqueras, Danny Holgado, Ivan Ortola, Tayo Furuzato, Colin Vaya, Joel Kelso, David Alonso, Tatsuki Suzuki, Luca Lunetta, and Filippo Farioli.
Tom, give us our MJ Trading Cards performance of the week.
Angel Piqueras. Okay, he was 7th with a lap and a half to go. Not even spoken about pretty much all race. And comes through and aggressively gets to the lead and wins the race. Unbelievable
After
ride.
a double long lap.
After a
to crawl back
double
from 17th,
he was down. And just incredible because he's top 5 guys. Kelso hanging on by a thread with a few laps to go. I'm thinking these guys, 5 guys, are gone, they're done.
Yeah.
And this little kid comes from nowhere.
Rookie.
And wins his first race. Wins his first race. So
great first win.
But when he came through, he charged through that.
He
front
was
pack.
rapid.
He just dominated
Yeah.
everyone. He held him down and gave him the, what I'm saying.
So that is our MJ Trading Cards performance of the week.
Took a leaf out of Alonso's book.
He did. He did.
just-
And
he
Alonso got beaten up as well. We don't see that.
That was interesting, that.
Yeah. You do
I wonder
not
what
see
that was.
But he just took the points though. Was a
He didn't
fourth
look
or
happy.
whatever.
Oh, dude, he's way far in
No,
front.
he
anyway.
70 points ahead.
actually ran wide in the last lap and got demoted to 7th behind
Oh,
Kelso.
he did too. He hit the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not normally in that spot on the
Yeah.
last lap anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But he's pretty much got the championship wrapped up, doesn't he?
I think he can win it in the next couple rounds on the
Yeah.
first or second fly, like
Yeah.
just about.
But shout out to Angel Piqueras. That was one hell of a ride. And it was so exciting. Right to the line. Far out.
I know. And obviously MJ Trading Cards, of course, jump on their website, 15% off your first order as well. So
MSR 15.
MSR 15 is the code. Thanks very much.
I want to get you boys' opinion on this. Luca Lunetta's penalty for his jump start. So they sort of, I don't know if you guys saw
Yeah, I've seen
sort of
it.
footage that was on during the race. It was minuscule. I mean, wouldn't affected anything. It was the tiniest of tiny movements that didn't even go over the line. Is it too harsh to get a double long lap?
It's hard. The
Rules
thing
are
is,
rules?
rules are rules, and that's a hard thing. In F1, if you jump forward but you're still behind the line, it's not a jump start. So it would not have been a jump start in Formula One.
But I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then where do you draw the line? But you can start right at the end of the box, start creeping up.
Yeah, you just can't be moved. And also, there's another thing with jump starts. I don't know if people at home know, but you actually, if you guess the start, they'll know. There's a human reaction time that is under 0.05. If you're under that, it's still a jump start penalty because it's you're taking the risk and releasing the clutch at the right time. So who knows? It's just obviously there's no grey area with the Dorna, which is unusual for them.
Yeah, it's always. Dorna is Mr. Grey area.
Yes.
But double long lap, is it too...
I think it
even
should
if
be
it's just
judged.
a long lap.
But they were double long laps all weekend, weren't they? Because the long lap penalty was so short. That's what they said on the commentary. I'm pretty
thought
sure
it was a long lap penalty. I thought that's what they were saying. It was pretty harsh because it was a long double, like a long...
because it was the outside of the back straight, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
I think it should just be a long lap.
I think there should be parameters set around it.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you jump it. In that instance, just give him one long lap.
Yeah, it's
that's
funny.
not even a jump
But
start.
if he just released released the clutch with like 3 lights out and got to the lead, he still would have got a double of that.
Well, that's it. Jorge Lorenzo did that in Austin. Remember, he took off and was like 6 corners in front of everyone because he just took off and Cheeseburger's like, well, fuck it, I'll just go now.
Did he get a ride through?
You got to ride through.
Yeah.
Just because Cheeseburger doing Cheeseburger things.
It's one of the best things they brought in is that long lap. I love the long lap.
It's as good as it gets.
Yeah, because if you get a drive through, you're done.
It's
The ride
exciting.
through. Yeah,
oh,
it
and you
is.
see people crashing there. Furman crashed in there.
Yeah,
Typical.
yeah. Typical. Fuck, we jumped right off him, haven't we?
Yeah, no, not
again.
happy.
My goodness.
But yeah, it's amazing to come back from a double and do what he did.
That's stardom. That's like creme de la creme.
Yeah, but there was a lot of
That's-
raps on this kid coming into
Yeah,
this year.
that's Marquez. That's Pedro Acosta. That's what
Yeah.
these guys do. This is the difference. This is the superstar level.
Yeah, Pedro did that.
He did. He did.
I think he might have even taken Red Bull Rookies Cup by storm.
Yeah, I think he dominated
might have
it.
dominated that.
So that's interesting. And David Alonso signing for Moto2 team next year as well, Daniel?
Yeah.
What team? Is it KDM? Or
I
is
think
it
it's the
CF
Aspar
Moto,
team.
The Jake Dixon's
Yeah, because
team.
Jake's going to mark
BDS.
BDS.
Yep. So that's a great signing for them.
Master Camp will be Arbolino, I believe.
Yeah. Mastercamp's turning into Pramac Yamaha.
Correct. That's why
Yeah, they're having a Moto2 team.
Ah, cool.
they're going to run it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's a bit of
smart.
movement. And how did we miss it? Adrian Huertas from World Supersport will be jumping on that
Yes.
Italtrans bike, which I think is an absolutely awesome move.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We saw him down at Superbikes, and this kid was like next level intense.
Saw him
Yeah.
at the pub as well. It was pretty intense there as well.
Yeah, we were partying with him. I forgot about that.
We were dancing with him.
Yeah.
Nah, that was Yari Montella.
Oh, okay, they look the same.
Simulation.
Yeah, you got-
Simulation.
Yeah, simulation. But this kid was like
Skipping in the back of the
skipping,
pits,
running
up and
around,
down.
not giving a shit about anyone. So
But that's
focused.
like if I was another rider, I'd be like intimidated by that.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's
that-
almost like a mental thing for other people.
Yeah, 100%.
in all honesty, he does belong in that premier class paddock.
Oh, dude, he's
He's dominating Supersport, isn't he?
Well, I mean, it's starting to swing a little bit over the weekend with some real wacky results, but I believe he's still on top. It's him and Montella that are fighting it out.
How different is that categories? The super sport versus Moto2.
Oh no, chalk and cheese is
Chalk and cheese.
completely different. Super Sport is what typically it's an R6,
Yeah.
ZX6,
Yeah.
all that kind of
No
stuff.
prototype bike at all.
No, not prototype at all.
So how many seconds faster around Phillip Island would a Moto2 bike be?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
Curtis, you busy?
He's only rendering out other podcasts.
I'll quickly get up. It'd have to be
I think
a
for the
better
viewers-
part of over 5 seconds.
The
though.
listeners at home, that's a really interesting fact. Is they comparing different categories, race lap time.
It's on. If you go on Phillip Island's wiki page, it has all the fastest laps.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, I was looking it up the other day at work. Funny enough, getting a lot of work
We're
done.
working hard, yeah.
Getting a lot of work done.
on their wiki page.
Yeah, if you go to Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit on their wiki page.
But yeah, just back to this kid. I mean,
fastest
I think we saw something in this guy. We're like, he's so much different to any other rider in that paddock. How intense
It's
he
just
was.
his
So.
100%.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And it's not a random thing to happen. It's not like it's unproven. Like
Yeah.
Gonzalez came from the Supersport 300 paddock across.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You know,
too.
he was
Yeah.
a Supersport 300 champion.
He's Mr. Consistent in Moto2, isn't he? He's finishing fifth.
He's doing really well, man.
Yeah.
Pod favorite.
Yeah, he's
Pod
had a
friend.
Well, Gonzalez and Senna next year in a team.
Yeah,
So
it's a Republica team.
Well,
It's got
yeah.
sponsorship going
All right, so Montella did a 131.2 this year at Superbikes
on the new surface.
the Supersport, and that's a new surface.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Moto2's best time. Oh, this surely hasn't been updated. Oh, no, it's obviously been updated. Is Tom Luthi a 132.6?
Slower. Daniel.
I feel like that's got to be wrong.
It depends on the weather of Phillip Island as well.
Well, that's the other thing too. You're talking about new surface.
131 is
Yeah.
fast, man. That's
That's
fast
rapid.
time.
But hold on, you got to remember too. He's on a Panigale V2, which is a 955 cc, not a typical 600.
On new surface.
New surface, Pirelli rubber. You got to take it into account.
Okay. Probably not as much as we thought, though. Maybe different circuits, different time as well, because that's just fast flowing, isn't it, Phillip Island?
Correct. But I think we'll find that'll get blown out of the water.
It'd be
Yeah.
interesting. That is something to watch this year, Moto2 times at Phillip Island. So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see that. That's fast. 131s. Wow.
That's rapid, man.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Probably not the right track to compare the two, though, I would say, because it's one of those really fast-flowing tracks.
Yeah.
Not very stop and start. It's like some of them, James Shaw.
That's true, bro. It's fucking true.
Well, what's MotoGP? Marquez did a 128.
Jeez, it's not that different. Like, again, new surface. They might go 3 seconds faster. So
this isn't updated. No way, because Martin pumped the lap record at Phillip Island.
Oh yeah, true. I've been doing 125s in the MotoGP.
You might find though, you might find that's race lap, not like qualifying lap records. I would say.
True. Good point.
That is a good point. That might be race lap.
Yeah. Because official.
What do you got?
I'm just looking at the Ducati in the 2023 Ducati bikes. Jorge Martin did a 127.25.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, yeah, 4 seconds is an eternity. in
100%.
racing. Yeah.
Especially that track.
Yeah.
What else we got on the next on the agenda, boys? What, Superbikes?
Yeah, there's heaps going on at Superbikes. Jonathan Ray missed out on the racing after a crash in race 1. I didn't get to watch any of it, unfortunately, but...
No, we're too busy bloody Aussie Superbikes, man.
True. Good racing this weekend. We'll touch on that briefly. Bautista crashed in Superpole, sat out the weekend.
And re-signed.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
And I think that's got to do with Huertas moving to Moto 2.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that.
He's cracked the shits.
I don't think he's cracked the shits. I think it was just progression for him to come up from Supersport into that
He's done a
spot.
Garcia. He's cracked it. 2 shoulders fucked, but he's
He's now getting compared to Maverick Vinales.
But yeah, he signed on again, which is interesting.
Not a good boom, I don't think, Daniel.
I don't think so
You got to
either.
go for the youth and bring some youth in.
100%. I don't think it's the right move for Factory Ducati. There's plenty of talent in the Supersport paddock or people that might not have a ride in GP or whatever that can go across.
And how many years? 2-year deal?
No, I think it's just 1.
Okay.
I think it is 1.
Maybe they just rewarded him with loyalty and.
I was paying $1.01 that he was going to retire.
Yeah, it really was. I really thought he was done, especially not being as competitive as he normally
Does
is.
he deserve to go out on his own shots? So is he that good? Is he being that good for that team?
He's won a couple of titles.
He's won 2 world titles.
So maybe it was his call. They said, "Look,
Yeah.
if you want to go another year, we'll sign you."
I think a lot of it was money.
Yeah,
was trying to get the money because now that
true.
Bulliger came in and he started winning, they wanted to split the cost more evenly.
Yep.
Or the salary, I should say. Whereas previously it was more like
I think
70 to 80% Bautista, and then
He was making like $750 a year, and wasn't it like he was $750 a
and
year?
Bulliger
and
was like 200 or
yeah.
something.
Jesus.
So it was quite a significant difference. And because they want to stick with Bulliger as their man moving forward,
Yep.
they wanted to
Who
even out
is an
that
absolute talent?
He is, man. Yeah,
He suits that bike.
He
Yeah.
made the most of. Well, I mean, he had a big stack in race 1 too. Him and Ray in unison. So Bulliger had a high side, came off, and then Ray just behind him just tucked as well. Like no contact, no nothing. It was
Bit
just
of oil or something?
I don't know. It was really strange.
2
I
different
think-
accidents, I suppose, isn't it? So
Yeah, I think it was just an odd track. Half the field ended up off because it was raining, and
Crazy weekend. the
Alex
crashes.
Lowe's lost his fairing and got not black flag, but like red and something flag, and it was wild. But Vandermark picked up the pieces and continued BMW's golden run of winning in race 1.
Michael Van to
Smoke up.
Dart. Michael Van to Dart.
Jesus Christ. Not only that, how much
Fuck yeah.
fucking hair product did he have in, man?
he loves
bro,
it.
Surprised
he
his
was
hair
stiff.
didn't light on fire.
He was stiff.
He was
He was
punching him
darting
like
and
no
stiff.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah, wasn't he ever?
Oh, yeah, that
That was so
wild.
funny.
But yeah, Vandermark first, Bautista second, Petrucci third. Petrucci
Hey, was it
your man
raining?
had
Was
a,
it- was it
it
raining?
was, yeah. He had a great weekend.
I love how you take a credit
It was
for
rated.
Super
He
Bowl,
should thank you.
Super Bowl race, Bulliger, Alex Lowe's and Petrucci. Race 2, Nicolo Bulliger, Danilo Petrucci, and Garrett Gerloff on the podium.
Oh,
Condition
your
king.
boy.
Yeah, big fan. Big shout out, Garrett Gerloff.
Yes.
Good to see him back up there. Really raced really well, and that BMW is just working. It's a shame they're backing out next year, and he'll be moving to Kawasaki.
Going to MotoGP.
Has to be.
You know, he's the only person Rossi hasn't beaten.
Garrett Gerloff.
Yep.
Oh, I've heard that stat.
How wild's that?
What? Where were they? Like, were they teammates or what?
No, so
he did a wild card.
Gerloff did a wild card,
Oh, I get what you mean. Yep.
and I think Rossi had a DNF for
That is
something
funny.
like that.
He was doing stinking results in the Petronas Yamaha anyway until the end of his career.
That's right, and then Gerloff managed to finish from front, and there's a funny interview, and
2 years too long. Rossi?
Nah, Copper.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
And then he's like, "Oh, you didn't beat Garrett Gerloff," and I think he basically said like, "Who the fuck's Garrett Gerloff?"
That's the best comeback
Yeah.
in the world. When
It's like Conor McGregor, if that guy is like, I can beat him, I can take, I'm the best 145 pound. He's like, who the fuck is that guy?
But like, because no coming back from that.
Nah.
Yeah, like there's no coming back.
chance. You just got to say with confidence.
Yeah.
It's Dipper-esque.
Yeah, different.
But yeah, that's really about it at the moment.
We're going to talk about Toprack's crash.
Oh yeah,
Surely.
dude.
That was one of the great, and there was a day we put our clip out of our biggest favourite crashes.
Walk us through it, Daniel, the crash. So he lost the rear, it looked like.
I've only seen the part where he's sliding.
Yeah, okay.
I actually haven't seen the full.
board.
But you know what World Superbikes is like. They don't actually film
No,
the
that's
whole
right.
thing.
That's the problem. It's not even on there. Like,
I'm still trying to find Johnny Gray's crash and Philip
there's no footage of it.
Yeah. They don't have a full. They can't cover a full track like MotoGP. They don't have the budget.
But yeah, he just tucks the bike and he's sliding
The
up the track.
cameraman would have been asleep and he'd be like this snoozer. You would have heard the bike and you go, oh, and you put it back up
Put
like
it right
that.
at the right time. Yeah, so the bike just goes from underneath him.
Yeah.
And he's just sort of spinning and ragdolling up the track. And there's a part of the, I guess, catch fencing that comes out into like a point.
Yep.
And he just whacks it side on. It's real sickening to watch, actually.
It is.
He looked like dead when he hit that. Like
Bro,
he looked
imagine if it
dead.
was in the 70s when they had no airbags. It was small
forget
bits
it.
of leather.
So his airbag would have deployed, probably would have saved him.
It
you'd
would have,
say.
yeah, it would have deployed as he was spinning.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
What leather is he wearing?
Dine Easy. Where can you get Dine Easy, boys?
Motoheaven.com.au.
Fucking oath you can. Don't pay
Yep.
full
Free
price.
shipping.
Should be able to get the suit below what they wear as well.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yes, very fortunate because if he had been half a metre closer to the track, that would have been his head.
There's a lot of variables on that one. It's crazy.
Who was saying Marco Melandri put out a post or something about
Tom
it?
was.
Yeah, so Melandri put up a post and said that he has brought this to attention for years and years and years, how dangerous this corner is and how dangerous the setup, and they've done nothing about it. And
That's the problem. It just takes one
the
incident,
problem,
doesn't it?
this is the issue though with this is you look at Austria, that big incident, obviously with Rossi and Vinales, and then they fucked the track. So what as a fan do you want them to do? Like obviously safety is paramount, but changing that corner and changing the track to accommodate that incident, I mean, it's always a hard argument, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. You know, you're never going to please everyone, eh?
And I understand why that barrier is there, because if they do have it off, it stops the rider coming back onto the circuit blindly, because it's obviously that right-hander that's coming in. So who knows? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know the track well
Melandri was getting rolled up. He was doing the bubbity boobity bubbity.
DJ Melandri.
Yeah,
He's a fucking DJ these
No,
days.
is he
Yeah,
really?
he's got slick back. He looks like a fucking Guido. Like, you know, the American wogs?
grouse.
yeah. Like Vinny off
Yeah,
Jersey Shore.
yeah. Gym
How many
tan,
times
gym
have I
tan
told you,
laundry.
don't fist pump next to my fucking eye.
That's fucking
That
gold.
is good.
Yeah, so wild. It's all happening down in World Superbike. But championship sort of wide open, 55 points difference. Apparently Toprack might not race the next round either. So if Bulligas does the triple or finishes on the podium, it's game on.
Yeah.
It's World Superbikes, but it's probably a 6-month break in between. You could probably break a leg and come back for the next
Yeah,
round.
100%. I think they're at a new track at Cremona.
Oh, is it going to be like a
yeah.
satellite dish in the middle of the track?
No, not this one. Maybe a pizza oven in the middle of it or something.
Get it.
Not another nuclear power plant.
You're going to do some Aussie Superbike results, as in.
Well, we were down there, and it was a fun event.
Yeah. Oh, speak about like jump starts and stuff. Brock Pearson didn't even get off the line in race one.
Oh,
With
my
So
God.
fucking
Whatever,
scary,
stalled
man.
and
Yeah, I don't know if he's just stalled or
and
the
then
bike
everyone's
just
going
cut
zoom,
out.
zoom, zoom,
Yeah, and he
Right.
put his hand up, and we were on the pit. We were on top of the pits watching it. We're like, oh, fuck, it was scary.
Yeah, he had a great starting. I think he was the second row, wasn't he, James?
Yeah, I think it was second
Like,
row.
so he's got a lot of people coming through.
And
And
like Kempy was charging past him, fucking Coke
Justice for
Zero out.
Kempy.
Yeah.
yeah, smoke in one hand and Coke Zero on the other.
No, he's on the vape spray, being healthy.
It was
Blueberry.
it was actually scary to watch, but he did really well to come back. and he ended up finishing 9th.
Yeah.
God, that's an awesome effort.
He carved through. He was well behind.
How many runners was there? 15 in the field?
22, 21.
That's healthy. That's good.
21 this round. Harrison Voigt won, Josh Waters second, and Arthur Cece's third on the stop and seal their first podium.
Shout out.
Unusual result because like Waters just dominated that track last time there wasn't he?
He does, but I think Harrison Voigt was there at the start of the year for World Super as well, and he did really well. So I think he's back in Europe soon, so a bit of a fly-in for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, good race. Crew Halliday 4th, Glenn Allerton 5th, good friend Mike Jones 6th, Maxi Stauffer 7th.
Maxi, little fella.
Yeah, one of the young'uns.
Yeah, he's super young. He looks about 12.
Him and Cam Dunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ant West 8th, Brock Pearson 9th, and John Littress 10th in race 1. Race 2 was wet.
Ooh, Ant West would have got a podium then. He did?
Yep.
God. Told you, he's a wet weather specialist, Jim.
So Brock Pearson won his first ASBK race.
On your Brock.
So shout out Brock Pearson, well done. That was actually a really good race. Him and Waters were battling it out and just got the better of him towards the end. So yeah, Brock Pearson, Josh Waters, and Ant West 3rd. So
Miller, buddy, what are you doing?
Glenn Allerton 4th, Cam Dunker 5th.
Oh, there you go, young fella.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks.
Paris Hardwick 6th, and they had such a brilliant battle, those two, chopping it out in the wet. We were watching it from coming over the top of Lukey into MG and that, and unbelievable what these guys are all doing in the wet. Mike Jones 7th, Ryan Yanko 8th, Adam Senior 9th, and Crew Halliday 10th.
Nice.
So, yeah, good racing, but piercing down in the second
Bit
race.
of a mixed bag of conditions and also results, which is cool.
Yeah, 100%, man. And bit of a delay, but it was a bit annoying race 1 start procedure when we were up there.
Yeah, did we find out why it was delayed?
Oh, Mike said something.
Kangaroo.
Old mate crashed
on a siding
lane.
lane.
It wrecked his bike, but we saw the R1 afterwards. It was fucked.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, it was the subframe was all snapped and everything.
Oh, no.
I don't know what
It's a big deal for these guys because obviously it's a lot of it's a
privateer.
It's a passion project.
Yeah.
And
100%.
God, imagine crashing on the siding lap. Poor fella.
But yeah, good racing all round on the weekend from all classes.
That's right. And I want to say one thing on ASBK that weekend.
I'll allow it.
Hashtag justice for Kempy boys.
Yes, Kempy.
Shout out Special Ed. He'll love that.
Did Kempy get taken out in one of the races as well?
Yeah, that's why we're going. That's why it's
I'm
justice for
fucking hunting
Kempy.
down whoever did that. Hunting down.
Had the peas on his shoulder, mate.
All right, I'm going to run through some.
What's going on? Apparently, your old man's got some inside news on the Formula One.
I'm going to run
out
through.
To Chriso.
So, okay, a couple of things. Adrian Newey deal to Aston Martin looks done. Called by T-Shavs weeks ago.
Don't have to rush to this, bro. Calm down.
No, I'm not rushing. I'm just giving people what they want. Rumours now swirling around of Verstappen signing with Aston Martin 26.
No way.
So I'll go back on what I said last week where I said Verstappen signing for Mercedes. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Aston Martin, but interesting. We'll see.
What's the percentage likelihood, do you think, of Verstappen following Adrian Newey over?
33%.
That's the autism.
That's Max Verstappen's number as well.
Yeah.
All right. So front wings. We may have come. You're going to hear this first, okay? On
This is
Republic
first.
Car. This is fresh off the printer. Okay. Big news is front wings are twisting under load, which is not technically allowed, but there's somewhere in the regulation that they have.
There's a grey area.
There's a grey area. Mercedes and McLaren have utilised this. Okay, so. It twists under loads, under direct down pressure, they don't move as much, but front aero load, high speed corners, they do. So it gives you more grip around the high speed corners.
So that's why they're fast at like a Silverstone.
Correct. So it passes the FIA tests, but then under the high load, which they can't test it changes.
Fails.
So this is really interesting. The Mercedes and the McLaren are exploiting this at the moment. This is fresh from Paul and Chris. Shout out. This is fresh off the boat. This is going to come to probably to its head in the next few races, and this is something that may be banned. So we might see a level of closing up back to the Red Bull. Now, that's
so
all
that will help Red Bull out.
That'll help Red Bull out.
Yeah.
So we might see a change coming up to the previous race. So this helps Ferrari a lot because the Ferrari have the raw pace and they're not utilising this sort of grey area in the rules. Yeah. This is where we could see a bit of a Ferrari domination going into the last few rounds.
That'd be cool to see.
I'd love to see that.
And they're not far behind on the constructors. I think drivers, I don't think Leclerc can catch up, but the constructors, which we all know how important that is for money and sponsorship, which they don't really need help with. But so yeah, that's interesting.
That's cool. What's the next round?
Azerbaijan this weekend.
This weekend,
very interesting track. As we all know.
It's a cool track.
Mixture of old and new towns. So they go through the old castles and come out to the new modern high school.
Oil Mongol
I think
country?
so. Yeah, I think so. It's sort of a funny sort of in the Middle East, but sort of.
They're kind of like Dagestani, like full of wrestlers and shit, and Nurmagomedovs and shit.
Bro, answer
Gertie
this.
likes that one.
Have you ever heard about Azerbaijan other than the F1s? I've never. Not one thing. Like there's always something. Like the Swedish have the hot blonde girls. These like different countries have
Japanese.
different.
Which country was that? I'm just asking for a friend.
Japanese anime Curdy. Go on, give it to me. I could give it to me.
Mate, you keep talking about this, go into this area, mate. You can't find Japan for the life of you, mate. You look down your nose, it's the only thing you can fucking see. Your chin and your nose, you get rid of your mouth, that's all you see, your chin and nose fucking combined. Shut the fuck up.
You're the best.
What?
Yeah, you're the best.
You've just been
Curdy.
fucking shaft / curdied.
I was hoping you'd say Thailand massages.
Lady boys.
Yeah, lady boys.
I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that I've seen during the week. Kim Illman, who is an awesome Formula One photographer. I don't know if you follow him on YouTube. He's got some amazing videos.
He's brilliant.
He's actually like a multi-millionaire. He had a huge business back in the early 2000s that he sold called Messages on Hold. He still owns a business, but he doesn't run it. Really interesting. Back in the day, he used to sponsor West Coast. They used to have these like
the footy team.
Yeah. So he used to have these
the foam hands.
The foam hands at the back.
Oh yeah.
That was his business, and it was the first like what they call crash marketing. So he used to like obviously just give it to the guys at the supporters, or he paid them whatever just to hold it up. He didn't actually pay AFL to do it. He just paid the supporters.
Yeah.
So it was a lot cheaper. So they call it crash marketing. Anyway, enough about that. He put in a video up a couple of days ago. What would it cost to travel to every Formula One race next year?
Seen this.
5-star. So unlimited everything, the best ticket, the best accommodation, cars, first class tickets, $797,000.
Fuck. That's probably 500s at just Miami and Vegas, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really interesting video. He's sort of, it's car hire, it's partying, it's
Flights,
first class everywhere.
I actually thought it would have been more than that.
It's accommodation. Now,
That's a lot of money, man.
It is.
It is a lot of money.
What I found really interesting, he also said, what if I did that full budget? Okay, so the worst hotel, no car, no economy flights.
So T-Shav style.
T-Shav style. What do you reckon? What do you reckon it's going to be? 24 races next year. That's cost traveling home. If it's not a back-to-back race, you're traveling home as well.
Okay.
So it's a long, long way from Australia to get to all these tracks.
I don't know, man. A couple hundred.
40 odd grand.
No, you might have seen the video. $47,000. I didn't think that wasn't that bad.
Fuck.
Yeah, $47,000, flights, accommodation, tickets. Like that's achievable for the person to save up over a 10-year period. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Or if you just
max out a credit card,
work from home, like hybrid working.
Yeah.
You could work while you're doing all that.
True. So I thought that was really cool. I think that's like backpacking, like a lot of those like Asian races,
hostels and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's interesting how that's the difference as well. I mean, 50 grand versus 797.
Fuck.
That's wild.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just thought you guys would like that.
He does some awesome vids like that though.
I've never heard of that guy.
You got to follow him on YouTube. He's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
And he does it he's a passion project. Like he doesn't need the money. He just loves it.
I love that.
And he travels with his son to every race. His son's a photographer as well. And then like his work is actually amazing. And his videography, you'd call it, like cutting videos and stuff. He's so good at. Really, really good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love it. That's really cool. Boys,
hot takes.
Biggest segments of the episode, as always.
I think this is Australia's biggest segment in anything.
Well, we're the number one Motorsport Republica.
Redo that. Let's go again.
We are the number one Motorsport podcast.
There we go.
In the world. Not self-proclaimed. We actually are.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie, boys.
The numbers do not lie.
Hot takes,
Neither do the Shakira
burning
sleep.
questions. Thank you for everyone sending them in. We try and we try and change it all up, and I just try and find all the best ones. First one, fellas. A lot of F1 this week.
Yep.
That's Lara.ThompsonXO.
Before you start, I just wanted to say, with F1, this is going to end up being the most amazing season we've seen.
Since 21?
Well, like, look, I think 21 was amazing because that title battle, but no, 3 teams have won 3 different races this year. That hasn't happened since 1974.
Jesus. Good year. Tigers got up that year.
So we have appreciated how good this season is, but I think we're going to reflect on this season. It's going to
how
be
good was
incredible.
it? Yeah.
Well, it's been fun how it's really just changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really changed.
In a year's time, oh my God, MotoGP, it's still exciting now, but oh my God, the best thing ever. Formula One boring as hell. To a certain extent, F1's been super, super interesting.
No, it's been really
100%.
good.
It's almost been a
lot of fun.
change.
Yeah.
It's been good. At Lara.ThompsonXO, Red Bull lose the Constructors' Championship to McLaren or Ferrari.
Yeah. I think that's a fair
Yeah, I
shout.
think so. Perez is just not up to it, and Verstappen can't be, hunting himself alone. So, yeah, definitely. I think the talent combined with Lando and Oscar's probably outweighs the Verstappen and Perez
by a mile.
and then Carlos Sainz and Leclerc as well. So, yeah, I would say that's definitely going to happen. I think it's going to happen over the next 2 races as well.
Do you think they could both overtake Red Bull?
Definitely, yeah. Yep. I mean, Red Bull have to do something. They can't. They have to. They have to develop this car, and without Adrian Newey, I just don't think it's possible.
Fuck, he's just such a you almost have to pay him the most out of everyone.
He's getting
don't
paid $30 million a year at Aston
That's
Martin, apparently.
wild, isn't that?
So it's like,
Highest paid engineer, isn't he?
yeah, by a long way.
At hard_Malbon. Prost/Senna, Schumacher/Alonso, or Hamilton/Verstappen. Out of these 3 lineups, who are you picking for your team?
Oh my God.
That's a good question. That's a thinker.
Oh, Schumacher and Alonso.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's exactly what I was going to
Because
say.
Verstappen and Hamilton will take each other out every race.
Yeah. Same with Prost and Senna.
Look, the thing is with Prost and Senna, look, they called Prost the surgeon because he was
Yeah.
just so relentless and was always that
Clinical.
clinical, yeah. And then Senna was that flamboyant, always went for the pass, aggressive, and we don't know enough about them. We never saw them race, so it's hard for us to pick that.
Yeah.
Like we watched the Senna documentary and maybe a couple of races. It's not for us to choose that or to choose who's the greatest. Because we haven't seen that era, so it's hard to say.
It's all
always
relative
hard.
to what cars are they in.
Exactly right.
State of the championship.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd think I'd still pick the shoe and
Yeah,
Alonso,
It's a
but
pretty good team, isn't it?
That's an awesome team, isn't it?
Same fella, Hart_Melbourne. In terms of quality, same team. In terms of quality, was the Marquez Rossi rivalry the greatest ever in MotoGP? And there's been some good rivalries. It's definitely been the most hot and intense, and probably, I guess you could say. But then you could look at Kevin Swanson, Wayne Rainey, and they hated each other.
I was going to say it's all relative, like you just said.
2 Americans.
I'd probably pick that over Rossi.
I think Rossi and Marquez captured the fans a lot more.
100%. Different times too.
Yeah.
You know?
Social media and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
and
right.
everything.
And Rossi's also probably the most supported rider in the history of the MotoGP.
Easily.
So you have to factor that in. And those incidents over the years, like Argentina,
Yeah.
like that was a crazy incident.
Yeah.
And obviously Malaysia with a kicking incident. There's been so many. So, but again, never seen a race with
Yeah.
Swanson,
I've only
Rainey,
ever just
so-
gone off old
yeah.
footage.
So
but
it's always hard. We lived the Rossi and Marquez.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
lived
that's right.
it. We lived it week by week. So it's so different for us.
Rossi and Biaggi was a
I
good
was
one,
gonna
2
say,
Italians.
yeah.
The
Rossi,
elbow
Lorenzo.
incident. Yeah, Rossi, Lorenzo.
Well, Rossi or
the wall.
Lorenzo, yeah, that's up there because, I mean, obviously the wall and how...
even some of the 250 ones, but were great battles.
Lorenzo pissed off a lot of people in 250s.
Yeah, 100%.
Cheeseburger.
You know, Simoncelli had some good battles as well.
Yeah, cheesy doing cheesy
So it
things.
just depends on what category you want to roll through as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was the other dynamic with Simoncelli and Rossi, their friendship and in that year as well. So interesting. Great hot take though.
Yeah, really good one.
I love them when they do the MotoGP and the F1
Yeah.
because that's what we're all about.
Yeah, we are. That's why we're number one motorsport podcast in the world.
Motorsport Republica in the world.
We're the number one Republica in the world. At A Track on Titan. Everyone's blaming McLaren, but it's not McLaren's fault that Lando isn't good enough.
Oh, James would have picked that one. Interesting, some news coming out during the week that there are thoughts that Oscar has it in his contract that he'll never be known as a number 2 driver.
I heard
so
this.
they can't say, like, you got to let him pass. Or you can't.
No team orders.
No team orders. And because Mark Webber's his manager, I'm sure he would have put that in there because he was affected by that over the years.
The multi-21.
So it's really interesting that. And
I like that.
But they've got the fastest car at the moment, so let's just see what they can do. I mean, if they keep, as we touched on last week, that we had a little argument about, if McLaren want to win the World Championship, they have to say to Oscar, you got to let him go. But obviously they can't. So who knows?
I did see something on that this morning, and what I read was they should just pay Webber and Piastri out of that part of the contract.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense, though, when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Get some money in.
Well, they should, yeah.
At Zeely _ put the whole MotoGP grid on Moto2 bikes. Who's coming out on top?
Pedro Acosta.
That's exactly what I would have said. If it was straight away, I'd put Pedro Acosta.
Yep, agreed.
Marquez second. I'd go Martin third.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It'd be a wacky result.
Yeah.
It'd be really weird. I'd put someone like probably Brad Binder. Just the way those bikes move and stuff.
True.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, the other thing is Acosta has had the most recent... he tested the bike
And
like
he
2 weeks
tested
ago.
it,
Yeah. He'd be easily the quickest.
What if they were like, just to add a little dynamic to it, what if they had those bikes and they gave it to them for a week? So they could practice for a week, take that out of it.
I'd still think Acosta, but I'd still go Marquez second.
You don't think Bagnaia up there?
Boring Bagnaia, no, he wouldn't be able to pass.
Fabio
He doesn't have aero on his side.
Fabio would do well.
Oh, guys, I think we forget how good Fabio is. Like,
That's right. Quick to
he's
forget.
on a very bad bike. Very bad bike. Like, Rins has done nothing. I don't even think Rins has even got a top 10, has he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he has,
Come on,
yeah.
bar.
No, give him benefit of the doubt.
Come on, bro. Don't do our boy like that. That's Jamesy995.
Hey, he's one of your alter ego.
Gimp. This one's aimed at you.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson would ruin Max Verstappen in anything but F1.
Did you know what he's talking about? Yeah.
NASCAR driver.
Yeah, like they came out and said that he's going to be if he has 2 days in Max Verstappen's car. Like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Americans, man.
Oh,
That
man.
is a wild
That is the
statement.
ridiculous
and
thing
anything
ever.
but F1, all fucking Max Verstappen does is anything but
Everything
F1.
But the other way, if Verstappen goes and gets in his car for 2 days, he'll fucking beat him. That's the
That's a
difference.
Verstappen thing. You would hear this and go, fuck it, I'll go to NASCAR.
Man,
Imagine that.
Verstappen-
Imagine if he went and then won. He was the best at turning left.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous comment of this year.
That's why I chose it for you.
That could be end of the year, dick of the year.
Dick of the year.
Like, ridiculous. I don't think again, Max Verstappen is going to be someone who we appreciate more after he
it's done.
retires.
Fucking Jamesy995 copping it. He might have just been shaved.
Yeah, you've been shaved. It's all about the silence.
That's it. just bring him in. Bring him in.
If you at Nicky D3604, if you could put any Honda rider onto a Ducati, who would it be? Fellas, thinking.
Well, Zarco just came off one. So I wouldn't put him back there.
I'd give it to Mir.
I'd give it to
but
Mir.
Mir's he's got psychiatrist visits he's got to go to first.
Well, yeah, and he just re-signed.
Were you gonna give it to
Stockholm
Taka?
syndrome?
I would have been Marini. It's a bit harsh.
He's just
Give
on
it back to him.
Give it back to him.
Didn't do anything on it.
Oh, he did. He was all right.
I'd put Mir on it.
I'd give Mir a shot.
I would put Mir on it if he was up to it, but we'll see. Still, you reckon he's still sitting on the toilet shitting his guts out right now?
I hope not, because they're going to test this bike. It's a brand new Honda.
I surely be able to-
Martin's first in the test, by the way. Morbidelli second.
Any photos of
Acosta
this new
third.
Honda?
No. Apparently, Zarco came out and said you need to fix more than the swing arm.
Oh my God. These Japanese people don't know what they're doing. I've had enough. That's why we've got our 10-point plan.
Yeah, I know. We need
Wednesday, save it for Wednesday, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm about to blurt it out. I fucking had enough.
Oh, James.
I had to bite my tongue in like 6 different
It's like
comments I could
fucking.
have made.
I
just
got
then.
Oppenheimer over here.
Nah, I'm not Oppenheimer, mate. I'm on the other side.
They were allies, but
God, you guys are fucked.
Come on, bro. Mussolini's fucking hanging up in Pino's garage.
he was.
The Cacciatore's hanging up in the garage.
Was he?
He still is.
No way. I love that. It's the best.
He bows to him every morning with the 10 cupper.
Yeah.
12 cup, 12 cup.
Top.
Get through it. Get through it.
He's at the burst. It's like a cherry.
Fucking hell.
Matt's,
Cherry? We talking cherry?
That's my cure, man.
Oh, fuck.
Imagine oiling you up, mate. Fucking a lot of oil.
I love it.
Bottles.
Fucking love it. Come at me. Get through it, God. Hurry up.
Oh, it's
sorry.
a C-bomb.
Oh, that's a bit of C-bomb in a while, actually.
you-
Nah, that's you allowed one. Don't worry about
That's
it.
all right. Actually, Adrian from Motor Heaven said we can do what I want, so it's all good. It's the best. No corporates. Love
No,
it.
we don't. We hate the corporates.
Yeah.
At Matt Stevens _ MotoGP should race at Daytona. Like Moto America, it would be so cool seeing them send it around the banking.
Yeah, I agree. I'd love
be
that.
sick.
That'd
Yeah,
be
it's
cool.
a great circuit, that Daytona track.
I wonder
really
how the
like it.
aero would work on that.
It's if they come off though, it's super.
Oh my god,
dangerous.
it's like a Toprack.
But can't they
style.
put like? Let's be honest though. Can't they put those like
Airbag
fences along the fence? They could do that. Like they're not going to have high side and then go up the banking and then hit the thing. That's impossible.
You never know. Someone.
Lorenzo.
Spike. Aigura. Anyone's going to tell me fucking Aigura. Trust
Yeah,
me.
him or Taka.
But they'll come up the top and they'll just like look bang.
Weak
gone.
neck.
Yeah, yeah, they do. It must be the genes or something. I don't know. Oh, goodness, we'll talk about this Wednesday.
Yeah. At yard _ guitars, Daniel. Guitar people. Pecco with no data is a midfield rider, and the truly talented riders go to the top.
That's a shit comment.
Oh, get dizzy. Get dizzy.
That's a shit comment. That's a bad take.
Can you repeat it? I didn't hear it. All I heard was Daddy go.
Is that what you did? Okay.
Anyone listening, Daniel's selling his guitar if you want to jump on board.
Oh,
by the
yeah,
way.
please.
What are you selling, Daniel?
Gibson.
Fender.
Fender.
Telecaster.
I like
Custom.
it.
DM for more information.
Yep.
Pecco with no data is a midfield rider, and the truly talented riders go to the top.
Oh, wow.
From Yard Guitars. Nah, he's a fucking talented rider. Won a Moto2 World title. Really
that's right.
Talented.
It definitely does help him though, that data on that Saturday night after the sprint race.
Correct.
You've seen it time and time again. But he has been performing a lot better in the sprints.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he was nowhere last year in the sprints.
He's
Nowhere.
boring Bagnaia, but you know what? Take it as a fucking compliment, because boring Bagnaia is the fastest man that wins by 6 seconds and breaks everyone.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the other thing is if there was no sprint races, Martin would have got nowhere near the championship last year.
No,
and
that's
arguably
right.
he'd be
And
way
same
less
this
this year.
year.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
That's a hot
So
take. That
we-
is a hot take.
We love calling him boring Bagnaia, and it's catching on.
Yeah.
But boring Bagnaia is a very fast rider.
He's
Give the man his dues.
rapid.
Boys, that's it for hot takes.
Beautiful. Is there anything else?
Nah, I'm fucking tired, man. I ran 30Ks today. So I'm fucking stuffed.
Fuck off, James.
See you,
See you.